UConn and Oklahoma, the 8-9 matchup in the West region, two-time defending champs going up against a Sooners team that people didn't know if they were going to make the tournament because of the lackluster SEC record, but they have one of the very best players in the country in Jeremiah Fears. Dion, he is one of your and I's favorites. I think we're very excited to see him go against this UConn team that is good, but flawed. That's why they're
Mhm.
an 8 seed. How can I'll just I know you want to talk about Jeremiah Fears. So how can Jeremiah Fears take advantage of UConn's defense?
I think UConn's flaws play right into Jeremiah Fear's game. I think the point guard is the weakness of UConn, but I also think center is. So I think it's one of those situations where he can take advantage of the man in front of him, but he doesn't have to be too concerned about who's waiting behind him.
Yeah.
UConn has a lot of strengths that Oklahoma doesn't. I'll be honest, much like most teams do. But I think this is playing right into the hands of a special, special, special Jeremiah Fierce game. And I look for it like Liam McNeely, come outside, big dog. Come outside, you a lottery pick. Come outside, Liam McNeely. Because Jeremiah gonna be outside.
I want to see that matchup. Liam has had the same impact since he came back from that injury that he did pre-injury. Um, I think Fears is the best player on the court in this game. Best, most talented. I think that all is true. I think there'll be a lot of points scored in this game because both these teams have really good offenses and very meh defenses. It's been UConn's biggest issue and why they're here. It's why Oklahoma did not perform the way their non-conference said they might when they got into conference play. If we are looking at UConn though, I think one advantage they have is that Oklahoma is very bad on the glass, and UConn has been a top 25, top 30 team in the country this year on the glass. That's where teams like Michigan State win games that sometimes they shouldn't. That's why teams like Texas A&M win games. Sometimes they shouldn't. If UConn can dominate the glass in this one, I think things swing their way in a big way.
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue is like if they can dominate the glass, but like with who Terrace Reed in them, like I think that's my biggest fear for UConn is like they play into what Oklahoma wants, but I think UConn's the far more talented team. Also, I'm good off of pissed off Hurley. Like if like I trust Hurley so much more than Porter Moser just in general.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pissed off Hurley though. Like that's a brutal matchup if you're an Oklahoma fan.
it is a brutal matchup. The one thing with Oklahoma, like they don't have a ton of size. You know, I'm not. I know UConn's bigs aren't great. Oklahoma's are worse. If we're just gonna be honest, Oklahoma's are worse.
They're definitely worse, but like they're definitely worse. But I feel like with both being the weakness, if you're Oklahoma, that's what you want. Like your
Yeah,
bigs suck. So it helps when the other team's bigs are also bad, I feel like.
I think that could swing things UConn's favor. I think Jeremiah Fears being awesome swings things in Oklahoma's favor. Pendulum might swing a little bit on the 3-point line to me. If you look at kind of the matchup, Oklahoma and UConn are both solid 3-point shooting teams. Oklahoma is really good defending the three. They apply some pressure on the perimeter to kind of cause that. UConn's defense has been horrific defending the three this year. 257th in opponent 3-point percentage. If Oklahoma does lose on the boards, I think that's where Oklahoma can make it up, is the 3-point line. Particularly if Fears is able to get into the lane and collapse the defense and kick the ball back out, which I expect to happen a good bit.
So do you think there's any way Oklahoma wins this game?
I do. I picked Oklahoma to win this game.
Really? Okay.
Ken Palm expects this to be close. He's got UConn winning this game by one. I have Oklahoma in a close game. Sounds like you have UConn.
Yeah. As much as I want to take Oklahoma, I'm good off early. I would love to see more Jeremiah Fears more than I would like to see this UConn team, just because like I think UConn's probably gonna be preseason number one next year. barring crazy transfer portal stuff, which obviously is going to happen. So I'm probably going to wind up being wrong. But like it feels like they're setting themselves up to be preseason number one, go right back to doing the Hurley thing where they just win titles.
Mhm.
I would rather see Jeremiah Fears win this game for that reason. We're going to see plenty of Hurley down the line. This is our last moment to watch Jeremiah Fears play college basketball.
I think he makes a big difference in this game. I think Fears makes a huge difference in this game. And he's gotten back to down the stretch of the season, he was back to playing like the guy who was putting up efficiency numbers and assist rates, all that kind of stuff that only John Morant and Trey Young had done the last like decade and a half in college basketball. He's back to being that guy. And if he's that guy, UConn's defense, I don't think has anything for that.
Shout out to Demetrius.